With traffic getting worse all the time, it's not surprising that more people are living off the gridlock. By riding Metro, your commute is more comfortable, more sustainable, and increasingly more reliable. And with our Rush Hour Promise on-time guarantee, if your peak commute is more than 15 minutes late, we'll automatically deposit a ride credit on your registered SmartTrip card. So visit WMATA.com/promise to register your card today.
Blog Talk Radio.
Alternative facts.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. At 12:07 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, numerous unidentified objects of unknown intent and unknown origin were detected at high altitudes over multiple locations of Earth's outer space by the National Radio Astronomy Observatory, and these objects are presumed to be some form of controlled aircraft. It is not known if more of these aircraft will arrive, or if they will attempt entering Earth's atmosphere. United States citizens are encouraged to monitor local media outlets, as more updates will follow as information becomes available. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. Attacks by the undead have been reported in several states across the country. The dead are rising from their graves and are attacking the human race. At this time, it is expected that more attacks of this nature will occur in several other states in the next few hours. The intent behind their attack is unknown at this time. It has been observed that a byte or exchange of fluids is a method of transmission. This is an extremely dangerous situation if they crave the taste of human flesh. It is not known whether this event will last for hours, days, or even longer. Stay calm, as authorities have been dispatched to deal with these creatures. An all-clear siren will be sounded when this situation is under control. Pacific Standard Time, nor is detected a long-range nuclear missile launching. This missile is believed to be headed in the direction of all residents within a 400-mile radius of this area should seek a fallout shelter immediately.
Welcome to Within the Chaos with your host, Rodney the Viking Shortridge, co-host Melinda the Raven Jackson. Want to give a big old shout out to the Facebook paranormal groups that allow us to post our shows on their pages and helping us to get the word out about all of our guests. Also, a shout out to the Connor sisters. Hats off to Misty and Ashley. They are the founders of SOS Sisters of Salem Paranormal Research Society and host of their podcast, Paranormal Party. You can find them on Facebook under Paranormal Party. If anyone would like to speak to Black Diamond Paranormal Society, BDPS, to discuss your paranormal questions or issues, go to our website at blackdiamondps.org or email blackdiamondps@yahoo.com. As always, our services are free.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. You can listen in by calling 516-387-1922, or you can go to the Vibe Radio Network website at blogtalkradio.com/Vibe Radio Network. For deep within the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, I'd like to welcome everyone and thank you for listening to Within the Chaos. My name is Rodney Shortridge, and I'll be your host tonight, along with my beautiful raven, Melinda Jackson. First off, I'd like to give a shout-out to my cousins up in Ohio, Jennifer and Joe Shortridge of 222 Paranormal. If you get a chance, check out their talk show. You can find them on Facebook under 222 Paranormal.
Do you hear him? The Phantom is coming. Are you ready?
Phantom Fest is going to be held on November 3rd in Lebanon, Virginia at the Russell County Convention Center. You won't want to miss this one-of-a-kind con that combines all the mysteries and the macabre of UFOs, paranormal, gaming, horror, authors, comics, FX, metaphysical, spiritual, and more. Join us for $7 at the door. Tickets will only be $5 if you bring 2 non-perishable items for a local food bank. Children up to the age of 6 can join us for free. There will be costume contests, speakers, and just the camaraderie of freaks alike. Join us for the first ever Phantom Fest. You won't want to miss this.
If you would like to participate as a vendor or a sponsor or just to visit the con, please reach out to either Rodney Shortridge of Black Diamond Paranormal or Missy and Ashley Connor of the Connor Sisters.
Well, hello, everybody. We're still waiting for our guest to show up, but I'll go ahead and give you all the 911 on him. Did I say that right? Or is it supposed to be 411?
411.
I'll give you the 411, and then we'll call 911 because I fucked that all up. Well, tonight our special guest is Dave Spinks. Dave is a paranormal cryptid investigator and author of West Virginia Bigfoot. Dave has been researching and investigating the paranormal since 1986 in various aspects due to several experiences he had as a young man. He retired from over a 20-year career in the U.S. military and federal law enforcement in 2011. Since that time, he has investigated the paranormal on a full-time basis and has conducted several hundred investigations during his time researching the supernatural. Dave not only investigates hauntings, he investigates reports of strange creatures as well as UFO encounters. He has investigated some of the most notoriously reportedly haunted locations in the U.S. and several in Europe. Until he calls in, Melinda, how was your week?
My week has been great.
Gosh, you're going to have to drag that out a little while.
It has been great.
I mean, you're going to have to elaborate a little bit until Dave gets on the phone.
Business has been good. We got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff we got planned.
I mean, we got planned. You or me?
Us is Black Diamond.
Yeah, we got the Phantom Fest.
I gotta get my costume still.
Yeah, I gotta get on the ball. I gotta get the meeting notes done or something. Everybody. Oh God.
You know what? That brings up a good point. I might get you to order it for me, and have it come here, and then that way, because I don't want it to come to my job.
Okay. Where you home?
I don't have mail delivery.
Oh, that's right.
Remember, I live up in Booney.
You live out where airplanes don't even go.
Until you build a fire.
Until I build a fire and they see it from the space station.
They do. They land in my front yard.
They're like, my God, looks like Southwest Virginia's on fire. No, it's just Melinda Jackson's yard. But we do have a caller since we're waiting for Mr. Spinks. I'm going to put him on. Let's see here. Well, hello, caller. The 804-4915 number.
Oh, hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. I was not expecting this.
Hey, baby girl.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Mom.
Well, till Mr. Spinks gets on here, so tell me, why did you decide to call in after 4 years of us doing the show?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I didn't really know until this year, so.
Well, Lord mercy. I ain't advertising good enough, am I?
She wanted to hear her mama dig out.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling in for.
So, are you into the paranormal or anything like that?
I am actually. But I never really thought about Bigfoot deeply, so that's why I'm actually really excited because I'm gonna get some insight. But yeah, I'm very interested in it. My mom and I, we talk about it all the time and look up videos or documentaries or something like that. And we'll discuss, how you can't just quickly say no to things because we as humans, we just don't know everything, So it's you gotta at least give something a chance.
I agree. It's good to hear someone that's young, that's open-minded.
I did good.
You did. Mm-hmm. You did great. I mean, you got a smart, beautiful, athletic, talented young lady that's going places.
Yes, I did.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. But I'm just being honest. I mean, I'm just calling it as I see it. You go, girl. You keep kicking ass.
All right, no problem.
So have you had any type of paranormal experiences or anything like that you'd like to talk about?
Okay. I mean, nothing that's obvious, I haven't actually sat there and stared at something and been like, oh my gosh, look at that. But I've had feelings that, there's something weird around me, like a vibe or something. Or, my mom and I, we've seen some things together. Am I right, Mom?
Absolutely, especially my house, right?
Yes. Definitely. Taking pictures and be like, oh my gosh, is that what we think it is? Or, the orbs that you'll see floating around videos. I remember one time Mom and I were driving from I don't know where we were driving from, but we looked up into the sky and there's no way that this could have been a drone. We are, even to this day, we are so sure that we saw a UFO just sitting there, not moving, just floating. And it's it had lights at the bottom and it was just flickering. And there was no way it was a drone because it was just too big to be a little tiny drone. And also seeing red marks in the sky, and then a tree will pass by and it'll disappear, and it's what was that? And we still to this day do not know what that mark in the sky was.
I remember that we were coming from the Mercer Mall. We came from the mall. We were driving home.
Mhm. And we saw that red mark in the sky when we were driving up that tall hill where Long John Silver's and Hardee's is.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm. So yeah, just a couple things, but nothing crazy.
Well, have you had any experiences while you've been there at school?
No, actually I have not.
I don't know, because the reason why I bring that up, a lot of colleges, they talk about hauntings and stuff like that.
Hearing footsteps and the door closing and things like that.
I know my daughter, she went to Concord, and she said a couple of the buildings there, she said, Daddy, it's haunted as shit.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, nothing crazy here happens in Norfolk. I mean, we got just a bunch of crime happening around us. But I guess that probably takes away from anything that would be paranormal like. But again, with my schedule, like I'm always busy, so if something has happened, I probably just haven't noticed it because I'm always doing something. I just got home maybe an hour ago from study hall, so.
Well, you keep up that hard work because, young lady, I'm telling you, it's going to pay off for you big time. I've not met you, but I'm proud as hell of you. Your mom talking about you and send me pictures and like, look what my baby's doing now. And and that's just like a video. I'm watching an old song from the 80s, and I'm like, damn, that girl looks just like her daughter. And I'm like,
yeah, you remember when I said that?
I'm like, Linda, you gotta see this shit.
Remember the girl in the video? I watched this music video. She looks like you.
Yeah, you sent that to me.
Yeah, Rodney sent that to me.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You did say that. Yeah, I saw that video. I can see it. Especially, she sent a picture with it that, like, kind of gave you or her that vibe. And I'm like, yeah, I can totally see that.
Hey, and I looked her up to see what she looks like now. Girl, you got it made. Damn you. You're going to be beautiful forever.
Oh, my God. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
You know what? I have not been having, like, a good day, but this is really making my night. Like, thank you.
I just speak from you. Ask your mama. I tell her.
Oh, Rodney, he's straight shooter, buddy. Whatever. Yeah.
No, well, that's.
But when you have your babies, you have that brag book. You know what I'm saying? My book is big as hell.
Your book is heavy.
Oh my gosh.
I got
my
40.
goodness.
That damn heavy.
I'm trying to think, Deja, if there's anything that we've experienced together. I mean,
I think like when I was young, these are some stories that I remember, and I don't actually or I kind of do. It's very fuzzy, but when we lived on that house on Thompson Street, we had some experiences. Like I don't know if you remember this, but when I was little, I remember telling you I saw a tall man in where the piano is, where the piano room is.
Yes, he said he was a tall black man. He was dressed in old clothes.
Yeah. And when we asked Aunt Gladys about it, she actually said there was a man here that used to live here and he died.
And actually, that house wasn't it built and originally by slaves?
Oh no, I don't know about all the information about that, but that is possible because that house was very, very old and had to be redone year after year on something. But I don't know. Every time I woke up, I thought it might fall through the floor because I think it's old.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
but saw that and then went upstairs in my brother's room. I felt like I saw a face in the window, but I really can't think of anything else, Mom.
Why don't you tell everybody about yourself? I mean, what you're doing, what you're going to school for, and just give the 411, not the 911.
I was weak. I was so weak when I heard 911. I was like, what?
Hey, I fuck up all the time. I think that's what makes it so much better.
But okay, so I'm a sophomore now at Old Dominion University. Go Monarchs. I play basketball here as well, and I'm majoring in physical education with a concentration of I'm majoring in physical education with a concentration of exercise science. Dang, that's a mouthful. And what I want to do with that, I'm still trying to really settle down on something. But when I know what I want to do with that is work with people in order to get them back on track, whether that's an athlete, getting them back on the court, field, whatever, or with just somebody who needs help needs help with perhaps like with rehab is what I'm trying to say. To get them back walking, throwing, anything like that. Just I want to help people, and I want to help them through the medical field. So I'm still trying to figure out if I want to be a physical therapist or an athletic trainer, but I definitely know it's one of the two.
Well, that's awesome. Then when you come back this way, you can help an old fat man get back out.
So why don't you elaborate to everybody about how you were a mentor over in Costa Rica?
Oh yeah, so this August, our team, we went to Costa Rica. The first 3 days was a tournament. We had a game a day, and then the last 4 days, basically, we went to Playa Conchal, just right on into a all-inclusive resort. But that first 3 days, around each game, we got to do something, like whether that's just touring or, having a educational event. One of the things we got to do, we got to go to a school where most of the kids there, their families, didn't have much, or their families were involved in gang-related activity, drug addiction, crime, you name it. And most of these kids, when they go home, that's all they have to go home to. Like, it's school and then back home. So our team got to go to this school, and at the first 15 minutes, they were playing soccer, and we were like, hey, let's just join. And so we were playing soccer with them, and they were having such a fun time. And they were good. Like, these kids are so good. They were crossing me up, making us all this trip. They were very, very good. Because, like I said, that's all they had. And they had school, home, and at school they would do, soccer and stuff like that. So, doing that every day, they became so good. It's so good. But we got to introduce ourselves. We had people translating for us, and we got to learn some words in Spanish in order to try to tell them, use your left hand to dribble or something like that. But we got to, try to teach them how to play basketball and how to shoot, how to dribble and, how to pass and all that kind of stuff. And they were, even though, we had no idea what these kids were saying, you could tell that they were having fun. They all had smiles on their face. They were all cheering whenever we shot and made it. They would start singing, chanting, and stuff like that. It was just such a fun time because to know that they went home remembering, telling their parents what they did today, and we were able to make that impact. It was just such a good feeling to be we did that. I don't know. Even I'm smiling right now because I'm just thinking about it. But it was just so fun. I absolutely loved it.
That sounds awesome. That's a great experience. Have you done anything else like that, or is that just the only trip you took so far?
Yeah, actually, that was other than the time when I was really little, maybe 5, 6. I can't remember. We went to the Bahamas. That is really the first time where I can remember everything where I went out of the country. So it was very interesting to kind of look around and just to see, things. It was just different. It's not bad. I'm not at all insulting Costa Rica, but it was just, there were so many different things that even with one of our study times that we had to write down everything that we saw that was just different. There was just chickens just chilling on the side of the road, just there, hi, and dogs, a horse. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not a horse, but it was just like that. It was what is happening? But yeah, no, that's the first time I've ever done something like that before to that extent. So it was a very good experience.
Well, you got any questions for you?
Any questions for my daughter?
Yeah. Let's put her on a hot seat.
No, I'm in the hot seat now.
Put your girl in the hot seat. No, I mean, seriously, this is awesome. I mean, shit, you're well versed, but well spoken. I mean, a hell of a lot better than I could ever be.
Aw.
Thank you.
Maybe you should come over here and take over, you and your mama.
Oh my God, no. It's that. I mean, my mom knows so much more about paranormal things. Like, I would just like speak on it, but I really don't know that much. Like, I guess because of my head so wrapped around school and athletics that, like, if I had the time to actually dig deep into what these things mean, then, oh man, I would. But I just really don't know that much. That's why I'm here. I'm going to try to actually get on this a lot more because I'm interested. This is very interesting to me.
I thought of a nickname for her.
What's the nickname?
Little Raven.
Little Raven?
Yeah.
Aww.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my. Little Raven.
Little Raven.
Mama Raven. You got Little Raven. Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, that is cute.
You said that you've, watched some YouTube videos and stuff like that about different things. I mean, what's your opinion, about the paranormal world or Joe, which is Bigfoot and stuff like that, and also UFOs? I mean, do you think that people are just seeing things, it could be just something psychological, or do you think they're, from what you've seen, what you've learned, what's your opinion?
I am a firm believer that there is more in this world than just us. I'm on that train that you probably hear this millions of times, but I think it's true. I do not believe that this one planet is the only thing that contains life. I cannot wrap my head around that. There's even, like, we haven't even touched on half of, like, what we call space. Like, we do not know everything that's out there. So I do not believe that we are the only things here. I do not think that it's just a figment of people's imagination. That's some psychological thing. No, I do believe that there are things out there that we cannot explain, and that's actually the reason why that people are calling it fake, just because we can't explain it. Just because you can't explain it doesn't mean it's not true. I do believe that there are things out there that we don't have, firm evidence, calculations, everything on that before. But, I mean, that's okay, but untrue. Like, I do think that there's things out there.
Well, I know the thing that kind of gets me is that scientists, kind of brush stuff like this away, saying it's just pseudoscience. But yet, there's evidence of megalithic sites that were built. Some estimates, 50,000 years or 100,000 years ago. Well, man didn't actually start getting their shit together to 20,000 years ago, according to scientists. But you've got buildings there, pyramids there,
Stonehenge,
structures,
Easter Island.
Yeah. So I think mankind has came and gone. I think we went through periods of time that we've, been very advanced with our civilizations, and something's either happened to our planet or to the people that caused some kind of mass die-off, and then they forgot what they knew and then had to relearn it.
Yeah, let me ask you a question, Dave. There's this title called astronaut theory, where we have got our technology and the things that we're able to do from aliens, that they that have taught us. Do you believe that's possible?
I have not. I remember you told me about this theory, and you told me to look it up. I'm very sorry, I did not look it up. But so you're asking me, do I believe that we have gotten our technology from aliens?
Yes.
Well, again, I'm very open-minded. I don't know much information about this, so I will take it. I will say that it could be true, and the reason why I say that is because almost all, actually, I'm not even gonna say almost all of our evidence quotes. You can't see me, but I'm putting like evidence of anything related to like space. Our history with astronauts, anything is under NASA. Every picture that we get, everything is NASA. You rarely don't see anything else from another company, because when you think of an astronaut going up into space, rockets, all that kind of stuff, what company do you think of? NASA. And who's to say that NASA is telling the truth? This is, you know what I mean? So it's like,
so you're saying it's more of a controlled environment?
It's more of a what?
A controlled environment.
Yeah, it's very controlled because we're only getting it from one perspective. And with my experience in all science that I've taken, you can't just base something off of one perspective. You got to see it from many perspectives until you can actually say that, oh yeah, I believe that. But because I don't know why we don't have another. I guess it's because NASA's run by the government, and the government doesn't want to pay for another company or whatever it is. Why we only have one that really does that sends astronauts up to space or sends drones to Mars and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, how do we even know that this stuff is like really legit? The same way that people question the pictures that we see of Bigfoot, aliens, and all that kind of stuff, and UFOs. People are so quick to call it Photoshop.
Yeah, that's very true. So what do you think about your mommy and what I do? You know I'm a sensitive. You know that I have gifts. You've known it your whole life. So what do you think about people like that have abilities and things?
Well, not to be biased, but it's real. If anybody asks me, like, it's real. It's not some fake wand waving sparkles flying. Nah, it's real. Again, not just being biased, but because I've seen it. Like, I've seen my mom do things that it's just like, what? What in the world just happened? Like, but I got used to it, so it's not really that much of a shock anymore. Like, I'll just be chilling, and my mom would do something and be like, oh, that was awesome, Mom. There you go. But the fact that like that's I guess that's why I have such an open mind, because I grew up with something that people call fake and people call satanic and all these things, and I'm like, sorry, I have to disagree with you because I've seen it with my very own eyes, and I know what kind of heart it came from. Legit, and I think that that's why I'm just like, there's no way you can just cancel something out so quickly.
Well, where do you think religion has a play in all this?
Oh, here we go.
Well, I just want your opinion.
Lord. I know. I'm just. Oh, jeez. Okay. I don't know if there's anybody else listening to this who knows who I am, because not to like toot my own horn or something, but I'm very well known in that area. So I'm just gonna say it like this. I have had issues with my own religion for a very long time. Many things having to do with just things that have happened in my life, where I've had to regroup myself and try to figure out like what is going on. My mom knows this. She knows that I've flip-flopped before, and it's just you have like, I'm going to use Christianity for example. You have people who are Christians and do what they say they are, everything like that. And then you have the Christians like that are more like the ones that I'm seeing today, that believe that they can tell other people because they believe that Christianity is the most, believed religion. They believe they are entitled to tell other people what they should do, what they should believe, and how they're wrong or when they're right. And that does not come with the religion. You don't believe something and get perks. You believe something, you believe it. You can tell other people what you believe, but that does not give you the right to tell other people what they should believe and what they're believing is wrong, or even to tell them that they're going to hell. Because I don't think that is a Christian trait, is to tell those who are going to hell and who are not. From what I remember is only God can judge you in the Christianity religion. So that's the issue that I have with Christianity, because you have people who are representing what they are supposed to be, but they get pushed to the side, not overlooked, and now Christianity has this stereotype of people who are messing it up for them. And because they feel like they can do whatever they want because they call themselves Christians, and I don't think that's right. So I think that has such a play on paranormal activity believers, because they have these Christians coming and saying, oh, that's not right because it's not in the Bible, like, you believing that it's a sin, you believing that you're going to go to hell, It's, I just roll my eyes.
I agree. I roll my eyes too. But it to me, I think it is, Christianity isn't even the oldest religion on the planet.
No, it's not.
Most information came from. But you can't tell them that.
No, you can't.
No.
And like, of course, my daughter obviously knows, and most people know I'm pagan, and
right.
I never forced. I always told my children, you find your path. What makes you feel good? If you're doing or saying something and it feels good in your spirit, then you go with it. It's like, I never told my daughter, that she can't be Christian or she can't be this or she's got to do this and got to do that, because that's force feeding, that's spoon feeding somebody. All I ever did with my children is say, hey, there's so many things out there. This is what I am. Now you find your destiny. And the fact that my daughter's Christian and I'm pagan, I'm fine with that, because that's her belief, and then I have mine. But a lot of the stuff that I believe in, my daughter also says, yeah, I see that, in our belief system, it says, doeth thy will and harm none. And in hers, it's, do unto others do to others, as you'd have and stuff like that. So, yeah, very good, Deja. Very good.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
But I do have a question, and this is going to go into Christianity and politics. Seeing how that you're.
I'm not really good with politics, but I will try. Politics. Oh my goodness, I am very bad at politics. I need to step my game up, but I will try. I will try to answer your question.
Well, I'm just looking at I'm trying to get a young person's perspective here.
Okay.
Okay, we've got a president that we know for sure that was spanking nasty porn star and a Playboy bunny. And, all these Christians support him regardless of what he does. How do you young people feel about that, in today's world?
Oh, God. I really don't know what's happening. I don't know why. It's funny because I just watched a video of this man, standing in front of a crowd and saying, I guess he picked a girl a woman to stand up and ask him a question. And he picks her and says, "Oh, she's so shocked. She's so shocked. Look how shocked she is. She's shocked I picked her." And then she was like, "No, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking," because I guess she wasn't asking the questions fast enough. And she's like, "Oh, I'm just thinking." And she was like, "Yeah." He replied very, in his tone. I don't know how to explain it, but you guys know what I'm saying. Saying, "No, you weren't thinking. You never do." And then she goes, "Excuse me," and he goes, "Nothing. Ask away," or something like that. Wow. And I'm like, why would you say that? Like, why? What? Was that necessary? And, yeah, the fact that we have people who call themselves Christians and support that kind of behavior and say, "Oh, I'm not supporting him being rude. I'm only supporting him because he's the best fit for our president, because he knows what he's doing, da-da-da-da-da." I don't care. It's like when we think of our president, I don't want us thinking of somebody who degrades women, degrades other ethnicities other than his own, because that's not how I feel when I want to have my American pride. So it's just I don't know why people just turn away from that until he wants to sign a law, and then they look at him again. And then when he starts being rude to people and starts having nasty comments, they act like they don't see it. I have no idea why people do that.
Well, I've had a lot of debates on Facebook about it. And the reason why so many people, from what I gather, is the fact that they're like, he's brought all these jobs, so they're willing to give up the integrity of our country and the pride and the patriotic spirit of our country just for money. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know everybody needs a job. Everybody needs to work. Yeah, I agree with that. But do you sell your soul for it?
Yeah.
Lost it.
That's why right now I'm staying away from politics and staying away from that kind of stuff, because it's just like, I think it's just really toxic right now.
You're right. It really is. It's dividing people. It's dividing families.
I have a question for you. As a young Black woman growing up at this time, how do you feel? How do you feel about the way that he's bringing out all this racist stuff and degrading of women and whatnot? That's my first question. And my second question is, do you support taking a knee during the national anthem?
You put me on the spot now. Oh, goodness. Okay. First answer for the first question. I feel it kind of scares me. because kind of going back off of what we talked about, what I said earlier, you know, this kind of behavior is accepted by other people. How far are we gonna go? How much does something need to be so obvious where we finally take a stand and say no? So, you know, whether, you know, he's elected again or we have somebody else who has a problem like that. Like, it just kind of scares me because it's like our world is just getting worse and worse and worse. What's next? Like, what else do I have to prepare myself up for? It scares me, and it breaks my heart because it's like, you know, we try to say that we're getting better, that our world is getting better, that society is getting better, but it's really not. And for the second answer, for the second question, what I feel about it is that everybody has their own voice. And I'm mad. I'm kind of like a little upset with the NFL because they, you know, and with Donald Trump as well, who are getting mad at these people who are speaking up and using their freedom of speech. It's not even like speech, you know, I'm not even saying anything. It's literally like just action with a symbol, like because of something that they believe in. I don't think it's right to one, you know. Well, I think they fined him. I'm not saying that that's true, but I think they fined him for taking a knee, and also suspended him. And you know, those who don't, they made like a rule or something that those that want to take a knee, you must stay inside or something like that, stay in the locker room. Like, I don't know. It just kind of like strips away that freedom of speech that we have. Freedom of speech is like, that's not legit anymore. I don't think it ever really has been.
Well, can you see how it's affecting people at your school?
Hey, one more time. What?
I said, can you see how it's affecting kids at your school? Is it dividing, you know, the college?
Actually, I have to give it up for ODU. We're really good. We are very, and like in capital, we are one. I don't ever see any protesting, any debates, or any arguing going on. We either we mind our own business, or we are open-minded and we kind of just accept everyone. And we don't stick our nose. Unless I'm just not seeing anything. There's not much of that going on here. Anything politically.
You got anything else for us? Well, let me tell everybody real quick. Mr. Spink sent me a message saying that he's not going to be able to come on tonight because he had a family emergency, and we're going to reschedule him to come back on for time. It'd probably be January because we're booked all the way up to Christmas. But we'll get him on. But next week's going to be a great show. We're going to have, look, you get her name right. We're going to have, she's a model, actress, writer, and Victoria DeMar. I hope I get her last name. But she had an article written about her in Success Magazine, and I just can't wait to talk about that. But you got anything else you want to hear us with?
No. Is there anything else you want to say, Dixon?
I think it's awesome what you guys are doing. I think it's, you know, people just need to know more about this stuff, and I think it's cool how you guys are giving an outlet for those who believe in it and want to know more, like myself. A chance to actually have something, and it's cool because I get to not only hear about something I'm interested in, but I get to hear it from my mom's perspective as well. So I should just thank you guys for giving other people this opportunity, and also giving my mom the opportunity to do something that she enjoys.
Oh, you're welcome, and thank you, for coming on. And start listening to us. You can go to our YouTube channel, and we've got all kinds of shows up every week of different topics that we've talked about. If you're interested in listening to any of those.
And Mama's going to be.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, I said I'll friend you on Facebook because so I can see, see things that are related to this.
Sounds good. Well, Will Raven, I appreciate you coming to the show so much. And like I said, I am very proud of you. You're very, like I said, very smart, very well-spoken, a hell of an athlete, beautiful young lady, and keep reaching for them stars, girl, because it won't be long. You're going to put them out of the air.
Thank you so much.
You got anything to say to us before we go?
Oh, I was just going to say, don't forget, Deja, Mommy, we're going to be doing a special show on the 31st on Halloween. We're going to be talking about paganism and witchcraft and, the history of Halloween and just all kinds of good stuff.
I will then most likely be tuning into that because that sounds amazing.
That is if Chrissy sends me her shit.
What?
I'll talk about Christy. She's a friend of ours, and she's going to be on the show too. But I need her a little bit of a bio and a photo of her, and she's been dragging my hands. I need it.
Oh, okay.
I'll remind you tomorrow.
Okay. Well, Little Raven, I appreciate you coming on the show, and I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it short tonight. And thank you for talking to us and giving us your insight. It's always great to get the insight from the youngins. I really enjoy it.
No problem. If you guys ever want me to come back on, just let me know and I'll see what I can do.
Hey, that's no problem. I might just have to do a whole show with you and talk about sports.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I mean, you can talk about physical therapy and all that good stuff.
You can call in that night too, and you know the background and history of paganism and witchcraft.
Yeah, because I had one as my mama.
I've got my own pagan.
Hey, do you know what pagans are? Yeah, there's one at my house. Just probably drinking some wine and making tacos. Like
9 tacos. We got a Mexican pagan. I hope that wasn't racist. I didn't mean that to be that.
No, but
okay.
it derives from the Spanish culture, so no.
Because I know a lot of people are like, Rob was being racist. No, it was not. Where the hell do you think tacos come from?
I mean, if I was German, we'd be talking about pickles. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't racist, but I'll eat some kraut and fuck on eating. Well, sweetie, I do. I appreciate you coming on the show. You have a good night. And Mama, you want to say good night?
I love you.
I love you too, Mom, and thank you too.
Well, we appreciate you. Have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night. Well, people, that's it for us tonight. Like I said, I'll get everything rescheduled and I'll send it all out. Sorry, but we'll just go ahead and cut this show short tonight. We ain't had an hour show in a long time. Let me see, where the fuck's the end of the show? There we go. That's it for us tonight. I want to thank everyone that took the time to listen in. I'd like to give a big shout out to the Vibe Radio Network and to Ryan for putting up with us. Also to all the first responders and our men and women in the armed services. Thank you for your service and the sacrifices that you and your families make every day to keep our great nation safe. Tune in next week to another exciting show starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everyone can go to our Facebook page Within the Chaos, and don't forget to like our page to see upcoming guests along with past shows, postings, or you can also go to my website at www.blackdiamondps.org or blogtalkradio.com/Vibe Radio Network. Also, we have a YouTube channel, so go to YouTube, look up Within the Chaos for past shows. Thanks again. Until next week, everyone have a safe weekend and have a good night. And love you all. Be careful out there.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. Those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, or what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
Do you hear him? The Phantom is coming. Are you ready?
Phantom Fest is going to be held on November 3rd in Lebanon, Virginia at the Russell County Convention Center. You won't want to miss this one-of-a-kind con that combines all the mysteries and the macabre of UFOs, paranormal, gaming, horror, authors, comics, FX, metaphysical, spiritual, and more. Join us for $7 at the door. Tickets will only be $5 if you bring 2 non-perishable items for a local food bank. Children up to the age of 6 can join us for free. There will be costume contests, speakers, and just the camaraderie of freaks alike. Join us for the first ever Phantom Fest. You won't want to miss this.
If you would like to participate as a vendor or a sponsor or just to visit the con, please reach out to either Rodney Shortridge of Black Diamond Paranormal or Missy and Ashley Connor of the Connor Sisters.